Hello everybody, have you ever had this happen to your shoe polish? Well, I'm going to show you what you can do about it to fix this and remedy it. Okay, so let's go. Hello everybody, it's Robert Powers.
4.5 out of 5.
My shoe collection.
These are made of shell cord.
Here they are finished up.
I'm not a professional.
Look how tight this is though.
Very clearly here, I just cut the thread in half.
And here they are, all finished up. Alright, so if you've been polishing shoes for any length of time, you know, there are some fairly expensive products out there, for example, like this Saphir Neutral Mirror Gloss and this Saphir Medallion or Mirror Gloss in black. These are, at the time of the producing this video, about 30 bucks each. So it can be pretty frustrating when you open it up. And as you see here, the black is just completely crazed, crumbled into little chunks. This one's starting to get there, kind of. You can see some of these chunks breaking off, and it can be pretty frustrating. Now, you don't have to throw it away. So let me show you a way that I like to re-solidify this stuff. First of all, there's a few different ways you could do this. You could just put, you know, heat right under here, like a flame under here, although it's got a label, so you probably wouldn't want to even do that. You could put a hairdryer on top of it. You could just light it. I've seen people do that. They just open it up and they, you know, hold a flame to it and then they light it. I don't like any of those methods. The reason is because what's in here is there's basically waxes and then some kind of carrier. The carrier in the case of the Saphir is turpentine, pine turpentine, my understanding. And in the case of the pure polish, my understanding, it is orange oil. So volatility, what does volatility mean? Well, gasoline is volatile, right? Volatility, I believe, means where it readily evaporates quickly. So generally things that are more volatile are going to go into the atmosphere very quickly. So what you don't want is the more volatile components within the wax to be burned away or driven out with excess heat. Does that make sense? You're changing the qualities of the wax is what I'm saying. So the method I'm going to show you, in my opinion, is going to preserve the composition of the wax the most. Okay? So let's get going. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to heat this up, but not directly over flame. This is what you get when the wax dries up a little bit and cracks. So we want to try to melt that back down, okay? There are solvents in this, so I'm going to show you the way that I like to do this. Now, praying my wife doesn't come down during this, but see here, I have just a little bit of water in a pan here. Can you see that? And the goal is once this starts to really boil, the depth of the water is shallower than the depth of this tin. Now see, this tin, it goes up, and I want to try to keep it sealed, okay? So let's get the water heating up first, okay? All right. Okay, now it's boiling. I want the lid on. I don't want it sealed completely tight, just a little bit loose. Drop it in there. Again, I'll go on time lapse and I'll tell you how long it's in there for. All right, that was just about 1 minute. It'll be fairly warm here, so this isn't going to be the easiest to do. See that? Okay, I'm going to go just a little bit longer. I'm going to go about another 30 seconds. I can probably push down some of those chunks into the rest of the wax. I think that's going to be good enough. Or maybe I could go a little bit longer. I guess I think you get the idea though, right? As long as they're submerged in there, they're going to stay trapped. So there you go. I'll let that cool off and I'll show you the final result. See, now watch what happens. You just take like lighter to it, see? It's going to melt, but you're burning off all the heavy or the light solvents from it. That's why I don't like that method. Although that does work, you're going to burn off the heaviest solvents from it. So that's why I think this method is better. Now you can see it's cool enough. It's only been a couple minutes since I took it out. It's solidifying. It's still a little runny in spots, but you just leave that sit. It'll solidify back up. I'll come back and show you when it's fully hardened. So here's the final result. You can see I could have gone a little bit more to get some of those lumps out. It's really, it doesn't affect the function. But I believe this is the best way, the double burner method versus putting heat right directly on the bottom. You see chunks come loose. I could have gone more, but we're in good shape. That was on the edge of the tin. The double burner method, I believe, is better because otherwise you're going to evaporate off with direct heat. The most volatile parts of the wax is you're going to change its consistency. I think the first thing that's going to evaporate off is that turpentine, which is the carrier that's going to help transfer the wax onto the surface, which I don't think you want to do that, in my humble opinion. So I think this is the best method. By the way, at some point over time, these waxes are going to just plain dry out. So if you find that you've remelted this and then it just cracks again rapidly, the solvents have just evaporated out of your wax. There is something you can do about it with the Saphir. Saphir has a product. I don't have it. I actually haven't used it, but if you go to Kirby Allison's website at kirbyallison.com or theelegantoxford.com, Preston Soto's website, they both sell. It's about $33.25 here as of the making of this video. Saphir wax softener. Okay, I'll link it in the description below. So that is basically it's the turpentine part, it's the solvent part of the wax, and it says it's specifically for this application. When the wax is cracking, you can spray it in there, add it in, soften it back up. Main downside to that is you're paying, like I said, $30-some for this stuff, and then, $33. I mean, what point do you just move on and, buy new wax? Pure Polish, at the making of this video, I don't think has anything like that, but their tin is $15. You know what I mean? So I would just be buying if it got that bad, I would just be buying a new thing of Pure Polish. And I haven't had that problem with Pure Polish, by the way. So I hope that kind of helps. So if you liked that video, please hit that like button below. Feel free to subscribe and turn your notifications on. And also just remember, I am endeavoring to release all my videos now on Fridays at 5 p.m. Probably not every single Friday, but Fridays at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. All right, have an amazing day. God bless.